Now, this is a task for you. I'm just testing your knowledge. Okay, just read the text in blue only, right? I'm just reading it out. As a senior civil servant, you are tasked with implementing a new policy that promotes renewable energy sources over traditional fossil fuels. However, many stakeholders, including local businesses and residents, are heavily invested in the existing fossil fuel industry and are resistant to change. These stakeholders are concerned about potential economic losses and job cuts. Just tell me the case. This is a good question. This is a good test for you to understand what type of case. Should I read again? As a senior civil servant, you are tasked with implementing a new policy that promotes renewable energy sources over traditional fossil fuels. However, many stakeholders, including local businesses and residents, are heavily invested in the existing fossil fuel industry and are resistant to change. These stakeholders are concerned about potential economic losses and job cuts. So what is the case in this question? In this question, the case is that you are a senior civil servant and you have a task to implement a new policy which is promoting renewable energy sources against traditional fossil fuels. But the locals are adamant on using fossil fuels. So there's a conflicting situation. You have to make the locals understand, right, against their traditional practices about fossil fuels. So this is actually the case of perception, because the locals are not able to understand the positives of renewable energy sources. So on their part, this is a case of perception. But being the officer in charge, you are in conflicting situation that one side you understand what you have to do, and the second side you are facing the challenge of the perception, the old perception and thinking of the locals. So this will be a combined case of perception and cognitive dissonance. Clear? Right. What do you mean of perception? Perception means what? I think in a particular manner about something. Your thinking is something different. Suppose I belong to a rural area and you belong to a metro city. Somebody else belongs to a foreign country. Then in one situation, we will have different kind of thought process, right? Thought process of perceiving that idea, perceiving the situation of that place. But somebody who is the expert, who knows about the points of views of different person, he will have the rational thinking. Suppose 1, 2, 3 persons have different ideas, but the fourth person knows about everybody's condition. So who will decide the best? The fourth one. So everybody's perception is in a dissenting condition. This is a matter of perception. But since you are the officer there, so you are in dilemma. What should I do? I should support the people and support the local people with the practice of fossil fuel, with the trade of fossil fuels, or I should force them to implement new idea, to adopt renewable energy sources. So this is a contrasting situation for you. That is why this becomes the case of cognitive dissonance, and the locals are basically adamant on the use of fossil fuels. So it is because they lack knowledge. They lack knowledge. They are afraid of the new idea. They are not aware of the new idea. They are afraid of the outcomes of new idea due to lack of knowledge. So this is the matter of perception, right? One more question is there. And watch this video again. Watch this video again so that you can have better understanding. Read the text written in blue. Okay, this one. As a district health officer, you are leading a campaign to promote vaccination in a community that has a strong cultural belief against modern medicine despite scientific evidence and benefits of vaccination. The community is skeptical and resistant to participate. This is a case of everyone, belief and perception. And for you, since you are the officer there, so for you, it will be the case of cognitive dissonance. So when you write the answer, I'll tell you this question is the mix of cases, case of belief and perception with the case of cognitive dissonance. And people also have cognitive dissonance because the kind of belief system they have, and you are the officer, you want them to get vaccinated, right? So they are in conflicting situation. They are not able to decide. They think that our belief system says vaccination is not good, but the government is saying vaccination is good for you. So they are also in conflicting thought process. What they think and what they have to do are not in the same line. So this is the case of faith and perception, belief and perception with the case of cognitive dissonance. Now you understand. One more question is there. Just become the master of ethics. Expertise. You must have expertise in answer writing. And the way I am taking you through, the way I am taking you ahead in this paper will also help you become an expert of answer writing in other subjects. It will certainly help you. Okay, so now the question is, you are an administrator in charge of allocating government subsidies to farmers in drought affected region. Some farmers have inflated their losses to receive more aid, arguing that the extra money will help them support their entire community, which includes families that did not receive aid due to bureaucratic oversight. Tell me the type of case. Very good question. This is the case of altruistic cheating. How? See, the kind of loss they have told you with overestimating. Suppose they have a loss of 100 rupees. They basically told that they have loss of 1000 or 10,000 rupees, so that they would have more compensation. Getting what I'm saying? So they are doing a cheating. So this is called altruistic cheating, arguing that the extra money will help them support their entire community. They are doing it for the charity of majority. So this is called altruistic cheating, right? Clear?